Stock of the day is Lloyds. Will the Lloyds share price reach £1 within the next 5 years? We're going to take a look at that. Now, Lloyds shares have struggled to generate any real momentum in recent years. Currently, they're trading around 42p, which is roughly 25% below where they were 5 years ago. So will Lloyds shares ever hit £1 again? Possibly. However, for Lloyds share price to rise to the £1 level, a number of things will have to happen in our view. First of all, Lloyds needs a strong UK economy and housing market. For the Lloyds share price to hit £1 again, we need to see the UK economy strengthen. As a UK-focused bank, Lloyds is essentially a proxy for the UK economy. This means that when the economy is strong, its profits and share price tend to rise, while when the economy is weak, its profits and share price tend to fall. Right now, the UK economy is not in a position of strength. While the International Monetary Fund, that's the IMF, expect the UK to avoid a recession this year, for 2024, the IMF only expects UK GDP growth of only 0.6%. Last year it was just 0.5%. We also need to see the UK housing market strengthen. Lloyds is one of the UK's largest lenders, so it's very exposed to the UK mortgage market. Currently, half of its loans are mortgages. And the issue here is that the recent spike in interest rates is putting pressure on a lot of borrowers. And the situation could get worse before it gets better, as a lot of borrowers are due to refinance over the next 12 to 14 months. For the first 3 quarters of 2023, for example, the bank registered an impairment charge of £881 million. If conditions in the economy and housing market were to improve in the future, we'd expect Lloyds' profits to rise. In accordance with that, higher profits would most likely boost the bank's share price. We also need more positive sentiment towards UK shares. For Lloyds to get above that £1 mark, I think sentiment towards UK shares needs to be dramatically improved. In recent years, UK stocks have been out of favour with international investors for one reason, including Brexit uncertainty, political turbulence, and the composition generally of the UK market. This has kept valuations depressed and led to underperformance of the FTSE 100 index relative to the S&P. If sentiment was to improve, valuations could rise and Lloyds' share price could get a boost. There is certainly scope for a re-rating in the valuation here. At present, Lloyds trades on a forward-looking price to earnings ratio of just 6. That's a very low valuation. Consistent dividends could also help the share price. Dividends could have an impact on the Lloyds share price in the years ahead and determine whether or not it's able to get back up to that £1 level. While the Lloyds share price currently sport a fairly attractive dividend of around about 6%, dividend payouts have fluctuated in recent years. For example, the full year payout for 2022 was just 2.4p per share versus 3.21p per share in 2018. These inconsistent dividend payouts can be a turn-off for a lot of investors, particularly those seeking regular income. If Lloyds was to continue increasing its payout from here and prove a reliable dividend payer, the stock could become more appealing to income investors. However, demand for the stock could push its share price higher. Now, the other thing, of course, is that Lloyds is a traditional bank and they need to become more digital. Finally, the final comment here. For Lloyds, for the share price to hit £1, the company needs to show that it can fend off new competition. Right now, traditional banks like Lloyds are facing intense competition from fintech companies like Revolut, Monzo, Wise and Apple, which are disrupting the banking industry at a rapid rate and capturing a huge percent of the market share. Lloyds needs to continue innovating and show investors that it can compete in today's digital world. So is £1 on the horizon in the next 5 years? Putting all this together, Lloyds shares are unlikely, I think, to hit £1 anytime soon. However, we wouldn't rule out a return to the £1 level at some stage in the future. If the economy was to strengthen, Lloyds' profits and dividends were to rise and sentiment towards UK shares improved, £1 for the Lloyds share price could potentially be achievable. Don't forget to subscribe to Good Money Guide for more stock market analysis.